What is going on, you guys? I hope you're all having an embraceful day. Today we're going to be installing the brand new headlights that we just finished. These right here that you guys see right here, these beautiful ones are going to go on the car finally today. Today what I plan on doing is do all the drivers that need to be connected inside. We're just going to be doing this side because I kind of want to show you guys at night and during the day. Compare this side, the brand new one that's going to go here, and compare it to the old one that's right here that has the halos already. These aren't OEM, these are aftermarket ones. These are like eBay headlights that I bought. It was like the second mod I did, I think. Also, another reason why I'm keeping the driver's side headlight on for now is because even though I do want to compare them, I also need to get the cutoff line on the beam of the headlights of the new HIDs that I'm going to be installing as well. That's why I want to keep this one. That way we shine it to the garage and I can see where I have it before and where I need to line up this new one. Since we did mess around with the adjuster of where the beam is supposed to be, I'm going to kind of guide myself using the old one and just copy the same beam that's on this one, just copy the same one to the new one. Oh, and also I think I'm going to be removing the windshield wiper fluid, the whole entire canister, because I mean there's no need for me to keep the windshield wiper fluid, especially since I don't have any windshield wipers anymore. I took them off. But we're gonna jump right into it. We're gonna get started. Let's start removing these old ones. Let's pop the hood. Look at that 4-cylinder, 4-banger right here. That's great. And just like that, the passenger headlight has been removed, along with the HID, the ballast. The HID's in there, but everything is removed. This thing was super easy to take off. Now what I'm going to do now is, since we have this whole area open, we're going to start removing the windshield wiper fluid, which I've never done before, but it looks like it's just one screw here, and there should be another one on the bottom. I think there's one right here, and we'll see what other ones there are. I'll probably thinking about draining it first, so it's not that heavy, but we'll see. So while the windshield wiper fluids is still draining, I want to show you guys this. So even before I even had a YouTube channel, whenever I would buy a part for my car, like I would just want to play around with it and just find new different ways, or just figure out how things work. And now that I'm replacing my headlight, I kind of want to show you guys what I mean. And these are my OEM headlights, and once I bought those, which are the ones that I have on the car right now, I started messing with these. I wanted to figure out what makes these lights work. I wanted to mess around with them, see what kind of paints I would like and whatnot. Like this one you guys see right here, this one's painted white, and I left the chrome pieces chrome, and I still have the orange reflector, but I just wanted to see how this look would look. But on this headlight, I have the red anodized chrome pieces right here. They're painted, but they're still shiny. Like, I didn't know about anodized paint until I tried it out, which is what I went from this, I went to this, and I painted the whole housing black. So I learned a lot from these two headlights, and basically just taking them apart, how to take them apart. As you guys can tell, look, this is not the cleanest job, as you guys can see right here. Look at that. This was my first time taking headlights apart, and it kind of shows that, you know, you're not gonna be good at everything the first time. You know, it's gonna take you a couple tries just to get everything perfect, get everything right, and just figure out how things work. Like this, for example, I didn't know how to take headlights apart. This was my first time taking it apart, and like you guys just saw right now, they don't look freaking awesome. They don't look good. They're terrible. Basically, they're terrible. And I learned from that, and then I went to this. I did end up taking these apart as well. As you guys can tell, it's not that bad. I got a little bit better at taking headlights apart without baking them, and when I opened these, I never modified anything. All I wanted to do was just to take a look inside and what makes these headlights work. I learned from how to open your headlights, to close them, to paint them, to just opening them up, figuring out what makes these headlights work, what really interested me was those LEDs, what made those LEDs work, and what I could do to kind of replicate the same thing on the car, which is where I got my inspiration for my fog lights. If you guys have seen my fog lights, I made those from scratch, and that was because of these headlights. These headlights taught me so much, opening them up and figuring out what makes those LEDs work. So I learned from painting to opening these up to what makes LEDs work, and I went from these to what I just currently made. As you guys can tell, look at that, super clean edges all around. There's no bucktail glue spilling out and whatnot. Everything looks so clean. The paint, the clear reflectors. I installed halos, I installed demonized, I installed lens etching. These are the ultimate headlights that I'm really proud of building, because it not only took me those and these just to build these, but it taught me the experience on what I needed to do in order to paint the headlights to work with LEDs and whatnot. So I've learned a lot from these couple headlights that I first had, that I'm really grateful that I took the time to experiment. And that's kind of what I want to tell you guys. Like, don't be afraid to experiment on different things. Like, you'll learn from doing one thing, you'll learn another thing. So don't be afraid to experiment, even if it means messing up. You're learning from that experience, and from that experience you're gonna get better and you're gonna do well on the next one. I just want to share that a little bit with you guys to see if I can maybe motivate some of you guys just to try these things. Like, don't be afraid that you're not gonna get it right the first time. I mean, I didn't get it right the first time. I messed up plenty of times. I didn't know how to close them up, I didn't know how to open them up, and I messed up a lot. So don't be afraid to try, guys. Try doing these things yourself. Try learning to do these things. So I got everything taken out that I need. The windshield wiper, I got the hose all tucked in right here. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna clean everything up that's in here, and I'm also gonna be replacing these where the screws go in, because it doesn't really screw in anymore. So it's time to replace these. I'm gonna be putting the Downstar hardware on here, and yeah, we're just gonna clean up all this, all the dirt, all the grime, get it out of there, and make it look a little bit nicer. So now that we got it all cleaned up, we're gonna start mounting the headlight on here. That way we can start figuring out all the wiring, where it needs to go, and where I can actually put it. So I got this headlight in. As you guys can tell, it looks so mean. Look at that. Compared to the other one, it looks so good. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take out all the LED drivers. All you have to do is make sure, as it says right there, 60mm driver, you connect it to the 60. Do not connect it to the 110 or to the 80. Make sure you're connecting it to the right one. So what I'm gonna do right now, I'm gonna take them all out, and I'm gonna connect it to whichever one it's supposed to go with, and then from there we'll get the Bluetooth controller and we'll start wiring everything up to the battery. That way we can test them. Hopefully they work. Let's get it done. So we're gonna start connecting these. So this one is the 60mm halo, which is the smallest one, so should be coming out of over here. So now we're gonna connect it to this one. Make sure when you're connecting it, you see the black wire is connected to the black wire over here. That way you know it's going in the right spot. Give it a quick little tug, make sure it's not going anywhere. This one's done, the 60. Now that we got all the LED drivers on already to the corresponding halos, we're gonna plug in this one, might as well right now, the turn signal one. So that one's gonna go in there. We're also going to connect, might as well, this one to this one, which is the other turn signal right here, and the day running light that goes here. So everything's ready to go. Now we're gonna figure out a spot where to mount this XBT controller. We cleared up the windshield wiper right here, and there's a lot of space right here, and on this side there's not that much space because of the battery, the big old intake, the stock intake, the fuse box. So there's not that much space on this side, but we do have a decent amount of space right here. But this space that's right here, I kind of want to save it for the HIDs when we install the HIDs. The only reason that I don't want to put that right here is because there's a lot of metal surface space right here, which I want to put the ballast right there, because since the ballast does it might get a little bit hot. I want to put it somewhere where it's not around that much lines rubber hoses or anything like that. We do have to put the ballast on this side as well, so we have to leave a decent amount of metal where the ballast can be mounted to. So we'll figure that out once we do the HIDs, but for now we're gonna do those. We're gonna put them underneath where it's not gonna get in the way of anything. So I got the halos all completely connected. They're all down here. I wired them right here, and as you guys know, I just wired the passenger side headlight, so I still have to do the other side, but the other side I'm gonna do it tomorrow since I want to show you guys a comparison today. But this is what it looks like. This is gonna be number 1. The bottom one, that's number 2, is gonna be this one, number 2, and then the third one that you see down here is the third one that's gonna be right here. So now that I have this headlight done, as you guys see right here, like I just mentioned, there's 3 of them here, and there's gonna be 3 more on the other side for the other side, since I'm gonna be running all the wires all the way back down here, and I'm gonna be putting the drivers right here. This is the only place that I saw where I could actually mount everything together, because I want to keep everything together. I don't want to scatter everything, like put 2 drivers here, 2 drivers in the engine bay and whatnot. So what I used was I just put double-sided sticky tape, and I just put it back here. Hopefully that holds it back onto the front subframe. So that's completely done. All the wiring is done. All I need to do is just hook it up like that, so it looks a little bit cleaner. But the only thing is, we're still missing this one. This one's for the Demon Eye, so we have to install another Bluetooth controller. As you guys saw, I installed the Bluetooth controller right here. It's right there, and now I have to install another one just for the Demon Eyes, because that Bluetooth controller has 3 frequencies. Since my halos already have 3, those are 3 frequencies right there. But if you were installing just 2 halos, I would have that leftover frequency that I could use for my Demon Eyes. But since I put 3, I don't have any more leftover frequencies, so I have to install a new Bluetooth controller. So I just got done wiring everything. It's all tucked in. I ended up placing the Bluetooth controller right on the bottom of the other one. I just put sticky tape right in between them. That way, if they do end up getting hot, they don't get hot together. But it's all now wired in. All this just needs to be tucked in. Once I put the other headlight on the other one, all this is going to be cleaned up a little bit better. But I need to leave it like this for when I do put the other headlight. Makes it a lot easier. Then I'll just zip tie it all together. But the only thing left to do is to run the positive and the negative to the battery. Taking a quick break from the video, I just wanted to update you guys on a couple things. The couple clips that you're about to watch of me wiring everything is completely wrong. I wouldn't want you guys to take the same route that I just took. From hard wiring everything straight to the battery. That's gonna drain your battery. I left it overnight, and the next morning the car did turn over, but it kind of struggled a little bit, like if the battery had been drained. And just any sort of LED, I should have known this from the beginning, any sort of LED, any small little LED, anything like that, it's gonna drain your battery no matter what. I just had to test it for myself so I can show myself that even something so small like that small little LED will drain your battery. Because sure, it didn't completely drain it. It would if I would have left it for 2 days. But good thing it still turned over, so we're still good. But I wouldn't want you guys to hardwire everything. So the couple clips that you guys are about to watch, just disregard it all. I'm still gonna leave it in here because I want to show you guys that even I make mistakes, and I want to show you guys those mistakes so you guys don't make the same ones as that I did. So I'm gonna be leaving these clips in this video for now, so you guys can see and just learn from it and don't do that. In the next following video, on the HID video, I do correct it and I show you guys a better way, a better, safer alternative to do it using a relay and a button. So stay tuned to that video, but for now, let's get back into it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put these connectors. They do have some on the retrofit stores, but I didn't end up picking them up. But when I did my fog lights, I ended up I have these left over. So I'm gonna be putting these are the exact same things as the ones that they sell at the retrofit stores. It's just different type of connectors, but it's basically the same thing. You don't even have to use these. They have, like, at AutoZone, you can buy just like the crimp ones that you can just put the wires together. But I'm gonna be using those. That way I can take the wires off if I need to. I'm also going to be, what else? I'm putting a fuse and one of these inline fuse holders. So I'm going to put one of this at the end before connecting it to the positive of the battery. And we're going to put a 25 amp fuse. I think that's it. I think that's all that I bought. What do I have over here? Oh, and then these, I have these type of connectors, ring terminals just to connect to the battery. That way I just undo this nut right here, and then we'll install one of these exactly how this one is. This one's for the fog light, but we're gonna install another one for the halos and the demon eyes. So I just got done wiring and all. It's the next day already, and I didn't have enough time to finish it yesterday, but I'm done now. I didn't really show it to you guys in video, so I'm kind of going to explain it on how I wired everything from the wiring from the beginning of the Bluetooth controller all the way to the battery. So right here, all the way along, all this is still part of the Bluetooth battery, but these connectors I added. You don't have to use these connectors. They do have different connectors at the retrofit stores that you could buy. And before I continue, sorry about the birds that are singing all day this morning, but they have different connectors. Any type of connectors work. You can even use these type of connectors. You can even use like those. It just, as long as you connect it to negative and the negative, positive to the positive, and then from there I just led the wires all the way through. As you guys can tell, it's with a braided sleeve. I had a braided sleeve left over from when I did the fog lights, so I just put that here just for an added touch, just so it looks a lot cleaner. And I ran it all the way along over here up to here. Right here I put these type of connectors right here on the positive side, and I added a fuse to it right here. As you guys see right there, I added this piece which I bought at AutoZone, and I added a 25 amp fuse. Then from there I added this connector at the end, which that's going to connect to the positive of the battery. And then towards the negative side, right here where I split it off from here, from the positive here to the negative, I put this one, since I split them both, just so I can connect another wire. I just added this one, and then I extended this one and just put this one like that. So that one's gonna go right there. So I have both XBT Bluetooth controllers right here. These are both of the negatives, both of the positives. So I'm gonna plug those in, and then we're gonna fire up the app and see if we can connect them and turn them on for the first time. So I just got done plugging it in, and while I was plugging it in, you see the blue lights turned on, and then the halos turned on, and the demon eyes as well. It doesn't really look that bright. You can see inside right there that the demon eyes are turned on, but it doesn't look like the lens is like super bright. I don't know. I need to get on the app. Let me get on the app real quick. See what's going on. They look good though. They look good. Alright, pair. Connect the controllers to the power and turn it on. Touch the phone on. I didn't even touch it. Okay, I guess. Oh, look at that. Oh, yeah, buddy. But why is the demon eye's not changing color? Let me try and figure this out. So this is what I'm noticing right now. I mean, you can see the demon eye from here, of like how you're seeing it from the top, but if you like get down right here, you can't even see the demon eye. Like, it doesn't look like if it's even on. Well, I mean, you can see a little color, but you can't see as much as if you were standing up, you see. I don't know if that's, I don't know what's the issue with that. As you guys can tell, I'm right here leveled, and it doesn't look that bright, but if I pick it up right here, it does look bright. I don't know, is that a thing, or does it depend how you look at it, or I don't know. I thought it would be like super bright all the time. I mean, it is daylight and it does look good. I don't know. I mean, I don't really mind if that's how it's supposed to look. I would think it would look a little bit brighter. I think it's pretty good. I think it's just because if you look at it from the bottom, the demon eye is on the bottom shining up, instead of it shining up to down. But it's good because if you're looking at it from here, as you guys can tell, it's bright right here. Try to put a color of that. There you go. See? So I think it's good. I think I'm just tripping, and it's because it's pretty bright out. I think I'm gonna leave it like that. That's good. I'm not really gonna worry about it too much, probably until nighttime, see how it looks. But now the only thing is to pair the other one. Watch. Pair it. See, it changes together, and when I try to change it, it all the halos and the demon eyes change together. So I'm trying to keep the halos a different color than the demon eye, but I don't see any other way. Like, these are both of them right here, but I can't like click them. I can delete one. I don't know. What's cool is that you can change, look, the color. Any color, say right there, it's blue, but I can unlock it, and if I want to change the middle one, say to like a different color, or the other ones, look at that. What the heck? Okay, so remember, well, for the now that I'm seeing that this color is the same as the demon eye, now what I'm thinking is, since the controller, we put it on number 1. Well, it's 2 different controllers, but we put on one of them, this one's number 1, and then on the other controller, the demon eye is number 1. So I think those 2 are gonna change together since they're on the same frequency. Watch. Where's the green at? Let me try to unlock this one. Okay, look, see, I turned those 2 off, and now that one and this one. Look, see? They're changing the same color. Look. So I wonder if these are gonna be changed, are gonna be dialed in as the same color, which I don't want, because I want to be able to keep these halos white and keep the demon eye, say like red or blue. So I don't know how I'm gonna be able to do that. I don't know. So I was here just playing around with the remote, and what I'm thinking is, since this one is on the same frequency as that one, since this is number 1 and this is number 1 as well, the demon eye, I think if I keep both number 1s for the demon eyes, because we still need to install the other one, so when we install the other one, I'll put it in the same frequency but on the different controller, but on number 1. So this one, I could either change it on number 2, or I can change it to number 3 on the other controller. On the demon eye that we installed, the demon eye controller, we install the halo. So I'm gonna rewire everything right now and see if I can keep the halos the same color and the demon eye a different color. So I was able to figure it out. I know exactly what I said. I just changed this frequency to number 2, but number 2 on the Bluetooth controller for the demon eye. And the demon eye, I left it as number 1, which I'll be putting it the same one on the other one, number 1. So the only number 1 on both controllers will be for the demon eyes, and then 2 and 3 on both controllers are for the halos. Or if I want to install something else, I can install something else. So we're pretty much done. That's it. Everything is exactly how I want it, except for the demon eye. I don't know if that's as bright as it can get, or if maybe I installed it too far back, because when I did install the demon eye, I leveled it to exactly where it was supposed to be, or maybe it's just shining all the way through, because right here, as you guys can tell, there's red right here, and then on here on the lens, there's red right there as well. So maybe the coverage of the demon eye is shining all around and it's not staying in one exact spot. I'm not sure, but I'm gonna see at night. Well, I'm gonna show you guys again at night, see how bright they are. Hopefully the demon eyes are bright enough. If not, we're gonna have to sadly open these back up and then put something around it so it shines a lot brighter. But we'll find out at night, see how bright it is. Hopefully it's bright enough. So it's completely dark out, as you guys can tell. And before I turn these on for you guys, I kind of want to just tell you guys that I'm a little disappointed on the demon eyes. I shouldn't really say disappointed on the demon eyes, because it's totally my fault for not positioning them right. Because they're not adjusted they're not put in the right place for the light to shine appropriately. Like it's just bursting out of everywhere, so it's not as bright as I would want it. So unfortunately, I am gonna be taking these apart, the headlights back apart, and adjusting that dimming eye so it looks a lot brighter. But that's not the dimming eye's fault. That's just my fault for not testing everything. Like I mentioned to you guys, that's my fault for not testing everything. I just went ahead and just installed everything and tested everything now, which I should have tested everything and then installed it, put it back together. But I mean, you live, you learn. Now, just for you guys, if you guys do this, don't make that same mistake. Adjust everything, test it out, make sure it's all working fine. But before I actually also show you guys, these blue lights that you see right there, that one, that blue light, and that blue light that you see up there are from the XBT Bluetooth controllers, and they're constantly on. So my question is, well, not even a question, I guess you guys can say it's a question, but are they gonna drain the battery? That's my only question that I really want to know. And I'm gonna be figuring it out pretty soon, I'm pretty sure, because I'm gonna be leaving these on overnight. And I mean, they've been on all day, and they've been turning, the car has been turning over without a problem. Yeah, that's my question. Are these blue lights gonna drain my battery? You would think that it wouldn't, since I mean that's how they made them on the Bluetooth controller, to have a blue light, so you would think it wouldn't. I'm pretty sure it's not. Maybe I'm just tripping too much about it, but those are the only two things that I wanted to mention before I show you guys this, the demon eye and that blue light. So hope you guys are ready to see these. These are way, well, let me see, let me show you guys this first. Let me turn on the regular halos and the LEDs that are factory. So that's with having the daytime running lights on. As you guys see right here, the halos are on right here. Let me try to get a little close up. That's how that looks. And then this is how this one looks. Well, I didn't even show you guys the side marker. This one is just the LED. This LED is super bright. And then this clear reflector with an orange bulb. Well, an orange LED bulb. So it looks really good. This looks all super bright just with that small little LED. So now the moment of truth, I'm gonna turn on the halos, compare them to the other side. Where are they? You guys ready? Here we go. Taking another break from the video. I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys wanted to see what it looks like at night, but I do want to take a small little break, another small little break, and just explain a couple things to you guys as well again. If you guys are following me on Instagram, you guys will know what's going on currently, recently. So if you guys want to know or stay up to date, make sure you guys follow me on Instagram, on Snapchat. I mainly post now on Instagram, mainly since now they have Instagram stories and whatnot. But follow me on Snapchat, Instagram if you guys want to stay up to date on everything. But from when I recorded this video, everything worked fine, everything worked perfect, everything was flawless. A couple days later, when I finished installing these onto the car, I started working on the HID video. And before I even got started on the HID video, I was really excited on these halos, so I wanted to turn them on again. And you know, whenever you install something, you get so happy with it. So, you know, I wanted to get the enjoyment of them again. So I ended up turning them on, and the 110mm halo, I guess, ended up being defective. That's mainly the main point of the story. The 110mm halo got defective. And for those of you that are not following me on Instagram, I'll put what I put on Instagram right here. So I recently started having issues with the halo, with the 110mm halo. This one, as you guys can see, it looks tealish color. This one's white. This one's not on because I don't have it plugged in, but it's white. So they all should be white, as you guys can tell right here on the app. It's all white, but let me show you guys. Let me move this one. Let me turn it off. I'm gonna unplug it. The 110. Come over here and then plug it in the 110 on the other headlight. Which, let me turn it on. And bam, white. So that halo, 110mm halo on this headlight is defective, because right here it's white, the one over there is white, and they're all white right here in the app. So I don't know what's going on in the retrofit source. Come on. So that's kind of what it looked like the 110mm looked teal and it was supposed to be white. When I plugged it into the other headlight with the same driver and everything, it was white. So the 110mm, as you guys could tell, was defective. So the retrofit source has already been contacted, and by the time you guys are watching this right here, me and you right now, as we speak, they're already sending me a new halo, a warranted one, which I probably have by now because this video is gonna probably go up on Monday. I should have that halo in by Monday. So I need to replace that halo, and then after that we should be done with all the halos. Hopefully nothing else becomes defective. So hopefully no other one becomes defective, but that one did end up being messed up. So unfortunately I did want to go to Toyota Fest, but because of this I'm pretty sure I'm not going to be able to go, since supposedly the halo is supposed to be expected to arrive on Monday. Toyota Fest is on Saturday, which sucks, but that's part of the game. So I just want to update you guys on that little thing, because I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys are not following me on Instagram, since I have a lot more followers on here. So I wanted to update you guys on that currently of what's been going on right now. But if you guys want to stay up to date, guys, like I said, follow me on Instagram, follow me on Snapchat. You guys would be up to date. Like, I post everything most likely on Instagram, so follow me on there. But now that you guys know what's going on, let's get back into the video. Bam! Look at that, so bright compared to the other side. This looks a lot wider than this one. Look, let me try to stand back. Look at that. The light output on these halos are super bright. Look at the floor. Look at that. Look at the difference. And this one with the halos on the new ones that I made, you can see all that. This one you can barely even see anything. Look at that. So good. Let me try and get a little close up for you guys. Look at, you can see the demon eye barely, as you guys can see right there. Look at that. But it needs to be adjusted. And when I said that the demon eye is outputting the light from everywhere, look at down here. It's red right here. There's a little red right here on the side marker. So I think I didn't position it right. That's the only thing I think I did wrong with the demon eye. So we gotta fix that. But I'm gonna play around with it a little bit, show you guys what you can do. So this is the app that you see right here. And this is the current mode that I currently like, having the demon eye red and then the halos white, which is pretty basic, but it looks good. Right here I can adjust the tone, and you can barely even see it on the camera. It's like super bright. Try to get a better angle. Look at that. So good. I can even turn these off. That's a better look right there on the halo by itself. I mean, it looks bright on camera, but it's not really that bright. I mean, I'm pretty sure if I had it positioned right, you'd be able to see it on the tree at least, but you can't. Turn those back on. Look, I can even adjust the brightness. Look at that. Low. Boom. Boom. You can put it fade, put the speed. This one acts a little weird like on the fades and the strobes, because since this one is on a different controller, it acts a little bit different. But if I slow it down a little bit, let me see if it'll sync up. Yeah, it syncs up a little bit. And then it also has a strobe, which it still acts a little bit different since it's in a different channel than those two. It acts a little bit different, but I'll probably, if I slow it down, still on that one. But I think if I, no, yeah, it kind of looks like, if it's like kind of like a turn signal, but it looks good. Where is it at? You can even save some favorites. So that's the current one that I'm going to be using, but I do need to open these up because I need to adjust the demon eye, but shouldn't really take that long since everything is plugged in. All the wires right here is already plugged in, so when I do open them up, I'll bring them over here, adjust it, and then just plug it in to test it, just to make sure that everything is perfectly fine. But as you guys can tell, this one is a lot brighter than this side, than the ones that I bought on eBay. Look at that, the difference. This one is like true white. This one's like, I don't know, like maybe, I don't know, maybe it's just like a white, low white. But as you guys can see, the difference. And then this one is RGB, which makes it a lot better. So I think that's where I'm gonna end today's video, guys. We got the whole entire headlight installed, and the only thing that sucks is we do need to take it apart again and adjust the demon eye. Once we adjust the demon eye, we should be completely done with it. The only video left to do is the HID video. I was gonna do it today with the demon eye video, well, with the installation of the headlight, but I think this video is pretty long already, so I'm gonna wait to do the HIDs on a separate video, especially since I kind of messed up on the demon eyes and we need to take that apart. So I'll kind of update you guys once we do the HID video. I'll update you guys, see if I ended up fixing it, or I mean if adjusting it ended up fixing the problem. But with that being said, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out and embrace yourself.